What you think, folks? Oh, it's too damn much work. I'll cool off real quick. Talk with y'all a little bit. All right, we're getting into the point. We're getting into the point of the bus, the not fun part. Hi Kay, how you doing? Let's see who we got here this morning. Back here all the way up. Let's see. Brenda was first one. Hello, Brenda. Good morning. LOL. Good move to slow down the crap. Yeah. Let's put in 2 minute. You want to make a comment once every 2 minutes. It just slows the stream down. Helps the moderators out a little, and it helps everybody else to have time to actually read the stuff. Otherwise, the scroll just goes so fast you can't even see it. Good morning from Bethesda, Ohio. Bus looks like it's going to be a fun time. Now, it's not going to be a fun time until it's done, and then we can go play in it. But right now, it's just work. Matt, Davison, Michigan. David from Davison, Michigan. There you go. Good morning, Yaki. Good morning, Sasnak. Blessed to safe. Heat is brutal here in Florida also. Yeah, well, you got even more humidity. It's actually not terribly humid right now. And this breeze is so nice. Just, you know, it's been a perfect little breeze every day I've come out here. And it's not bad in the morning. I'm puffing right now because I was doing all those windows. That was the last window. I went around. I'll go in there and show you what I did to the windows, the window openings anyway. So good morning from everybody. Where are y'all from? I don't know. Let's see, Florida. Okay, slow mode is on. Bam Bam talking about snack pack. Yeah. Good morning snack pack. Dad hard at work. Yeah. Yeah, good morning. Oh, yeah, I didn't have my glasses on. Well, and that brush I was using was pretty slow. It's not, I know it's not a good excuse, but if it was really high speed, I'd have had them on. It's just kind of buffing the flaky paint off, basically, and it's not spinning real fast, so, you know. But yeah, you're right, glasses. Salina, Kansas, yeah, home of Blue Beacon Truck Washes. That's the guy that started Blue Beacon is from Salina, Kansas. Let's back up here a little farther again. Snack bam 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 bam. Man, fancy meeting you, sir. Good blessed morning from South Shore, Kentucky. That looks so different from the last time I saw it. Can't wait to see it when it's done. Yeah. I've been taking things apart, and all I've been doing is deconstruction up until now. Now I'm doing cleanup, getting ready, you know, prep work, getting ready to start painting on the inside. Take a break. Yeah, I've been working for about 2 hours already. It's 8 o'clock. I got out here about an hour and a half, about 6:30. I think I got out here. Don't worry, you'll be bored when you're out on the road. Probably. Boredom would be a little bit of fun right now. Good morning from Virginia, Central New Jersey. Yes, I got news on the sheet metal right here. Good morning, Stan. From your point of view, I thought you were having fun from my point of view. There you go. Yeah. These bus builds, they always look so easy on the YouTube videos. Oh yeah, I can do that. I used to start doing them. Yeah, there's a lot of work involved. My mustache isn't looking good just like yours. We met in Ohio. What do you mean? My mustache is looking good for a scraggly old mustache. Connecticut, Indiana, Salina, Kansas again. Casey, Missouri. My sisters both live up in the Kansas City area. They were both on the Kansas side. Northeast Kentucky, Rockford, Illinois. 59 degrees in Minnesota. Yeah, I wish it was 59 degrees right here. Wheeling, West Virginia. Good morning, Sheldon, Connecticut. And we're caught up. Okay. All right. Yesterday and today, Pam is working at the office down up in Dallas. So nobody's there to put the dogs out. So I got to go home around noon and let the dogs go out and pee outside. And I'm going to take some measurements here. Probably about 11 o'clock. I'm going to start making measurements and everything for these window covers. I'm going to go down and order my sheet metal. I found sheet metal at Metal Mart. It's kind of a bigger store around the country, Metal Mart, okay? And I'm going to get this right here. Regal White. Regal White, I got a sample piece right here. That's the back of it, and that's the front of it. It's already painted. Cool. It is, let me see, it's 26 gauge, pretty thin, but it's, come on, pick up. It can bend, you know, but I think it'll be strong enough, okay, because it'll be backed by foam. There'll be plywood and foam backing it up. So if you push on it, you're going to push on the foam, and the foam's going to push on the plywood, and it's not going to go anywhere. I think. All right. Now, what I had thought about doing, I should have prepped. I should have got a piece of metal and prepped this so I could show you what I'm going to do. I'll have to look outside for some sheet metal that's already got a bend in it or something. I might have some on the bench right there. Anyway, I've been thinking about how to do this, and I'm going to put 2 bends in it. So the sheet metal will be, for flat sheet, is $6.35 a foot, and a 10-foot, a 4-foot, and some odd, no, 41 feet and 3/4 inches or something like that. It's kind of scribbled there. But around 41 inches wide and 10 feet 2 inches long. 10 feet 2 inches long. So it's a big long sheet. And you buy that sheet. Okay, it's $64.58 for a sheet. All right. Believe 3 sheets will do it. Okay, so that's 364 times 65. That was $65 plus or 65 plus tax. So you're looking at $70. $70 times 3, that's $210 just for the sheet metal. Okay. And then it's going to be $3 every time they cut, and $3 every time they bend. Okay. So there's going to be probably about as much in bending and cutting as there is in the cost of the metal. It'll be a $400 bill, I'm sure. Okay. I'll be happy if it's only $300. So anyway, and I'll have leftover sheet metal too. Okay. I have sheet metal over there, but it's got bends in it and everything. You can't straighten it back out. And the ducting work, the air conditioner, all that ducting work, it's big enough, and I don't have enough of it. So I'd have to buy some anyway. You got 28 or 26 gauges is all they have in stock. If I wanted some more, they could go to a 20, like you said, a 24 gauge. I'd have to order it, and he says you can't tell the difference. 26 to 24 gauge, it's not much stronger. Steel. I asked for aluminum. He says they don't carry aluminum, so I don't know where to go to get aluminum. Aluminum. The idea for the aluminum was if I was going to take all the rivets out and put a peat panel up, the aluminum's easier to drill through to make new rivet holes to re-rivet it on. I'm not going to be doing any of that riveting, so I don't need aluminum for that. The steel will work just fine. It's already painted inside and out. Well, it's painted on one side. It's got like a primer. There's the painted side. See, it's kind of got a little bit of a shine to it. And there's the primered side. It's called Regal White. Okay? They got 2 whites. They got Regal White and they got Bright White. And I picked up the Regal White. I didn't even notice this one down here when I was looking at the samples. After I went out back in the van, I saw, Bright White. Which one did I pick up? I didn't know, so I went back in and asked him. He says, that's Regal White. And I said, is there a price difference? One is a Ultra Prime Kynar 500 paint, and another one is siliconized polyester colors. 30-year warranty and a 40. This has got this paint. What this metal's for is building like this. Sheet, for putting on a building or something like that, and it's got a 40-year warranty. That paint does. It's on a building. So on a vehicle, this bus ain't gonna be around 40 years from now, so I ain't worried about that. But I'm gonna paint over it anyway. When I paint the bus, it's all gonna get painted again. So, what were we at here? I'm gonna cut them to length. Basically, it's just gonna be a flat piece of sheet metal that glues in on the inner wall, on the upright, top. On the uprights, it's just going to put a bead of glue, some kind of glue. I still haven't figured out what kind of glue I'm going to use. They had some glue for sale up there, but I'm going to, of course, they're going to try, oh yeah, that's the best stuff in the world. So, it's the only one they offer. So they have the same glue in different colors. They have it clear, and then they have all the different colors that go, they have white, they've got black, they've got gray, different colored caulking or glue for the different colored metal. And it seemed like they had about 6 different colors is all. So anyway, so I'm going to run down to probably Home Depot or something like that and ask them what kind of caulking would work really good on a metal to metal bonding. I'm still thinking liquid nails, but I've got to go through the suggestions here again and find out different kinds and whatever. Anyway, I want I want the glue to be somewhat malleable, not harden up. You squirt it on there, you press it, and then it hardens and gets really hard and brittle. I don't want that because it'll probably crack again and start leaking. I want something that stays pliable through the years. You know, it hardens, but it's still, I don't know, rubbery, or if you pinch it, you can move it, you know, and it bounces back. Probably just about any kind of silicone caulking would work. I don't know. Anyway, so I went down, and what I'm going to do is have them cut to whatever the width of the windows is. Now there's three different sizes of windows. There's the small window like this one right here. There's the big window like that one right there. This is about 20 from side to side right here. That's about, I want to say it was 23 high, 25 wide. Okay, if I remember right. And then the bigger one, this one right here, was like 32 wide. So same height, just the same, a little bit wider. So I got to make all those measurements, write them all down, be very precise about it to the 1/8 of an inch, and go in there and have them cut them. But at the top up here, I'm going to put a 90-degree bend with a 1-inch lip. You know, it's going to come up and bend over, and this measurement here is going to be 1 inch. Okay, I'll show you why when I get in the bus. The bottom is the same thing. Down at the bottom, I'm going to bend it 90 degree, 1 inch, or I have to measure it. It's going to be around about 1 inch. And I'll show you why when I get inside the bus. All right, what I did yesterday after I got off the video, did a few other things, and then I got to cleaning the goo. When I pulled the windows out, I'm going to pull the windows out. Let me turn you around and show you here. Oh, there's some right there. No, maybe here's some. No, most of it stayed on the window itself. There we go. We got some right down here. See that stuff? That glue. It's a putty type. It's almost like butyl tape, I think. See here? Set you back down. All right, there's this. When I pulled the windows off, I'll show you inside. There's only 2 places the windows can leak, okay, into the bus, okay? And it's down the bottom right and bottom left corners. So they put a big old wad of glue down there. Probably smooth it around with their finger a little bit and get into those cracks. And then they put a dab at each top corner. So only on the bottom corners and top corners, that's the only place they put this glue stuff. It's like a butyl tape, I think, but I think it probably came out as a caulking, because you can see, you know, when you do caulking and you get done, you pull away, there's that little Dairy Queen curl you know, up on the top, where it stretches, breaks, and it bends over, and you know, has that meringue pie curl, you know. So I could see that, so I knew it was a caulking gun. It wasn't the butyl tape, okay? I think I've got some butyl tape over there. But it has the same consistency as butyl tape once it dries, okay? And here it's all in there, and when you pull it, see it stretches, okay? And it snaps, okay? It's about the consistency of day-old gum. Take gum, put it underneath the table or something, you know. Old gum gets really, really hard, but if it's only a day or two old, you reach under a table and you can feel that, you know. Some kids put gum under the table, and you can pull it off, and it has that kind of consistency, okay? And that's what I want. I want something like this that holds real well, but over 28 years, it's still pliable, okay? That's what I'm looking for, okay? And I don't know if liquid nails is gonna do that. I think liquid nails, after it dries, it's pretty hard, okay? Now, that would be fine as long as it doesn't crack. It can be rock hard for all I care, as long as it doesn't crack and leak, okay? So, even if it does leak, as long as there's this putty or caulking down in these 2 corners, that'll be good. So yesterday, after I got off the stream with you, I went to cleaning all this goo that was still left in the bus around the windows. And I put my other phone, I put this phone in this holder right there. And I called my mom and talked to her for about an hour and a half while I cleaned all that stuff out, right? So yeah, Mom and I had a good long talk. So, and Mom, she's, you know, always wishing the best for you. Thanks, Mom. Love you. So, yeah, I'm a mama's boy. You know, so, me love me mama. Get you a little bit higher. There we go. All right. So, I'm going to go down and get, basically what I'm going to do, I can use this right here. Basically what I'm going to do, at the top, I'm going to put a bend like that in the top and a bend like that in the bottom. Okay, and I'll show you why, and straight on the edges. And I'll use this piece of paper when we go inside the bus. Okay, and I'll show you where I'm going to glue it and why I want these little bends in here and all that, and how it's all going to fit in there. And then we've got to do the measurements, but I think a 1-inch piece of that styrene board, wherever it's at, I'll put it somewhere. Where that not styrene, foam board, that 1-inch foam board insulation. Okay, I think it's polystyrene, polyethylene, polystyrene. Anyway, it's the same kind of insulation I put in the van and all that kind of stuff in a lot of places. Anyway, I'm gonna put that behind the sheet metal. Okay, let me just go get it. Or why don't we just go to the van? Let me get that. Let me find that foam real quick. All right, got all my stuff here. All right, I'm gonna put this on the front of the bus and see if you can find it. This little piece of right here. I'm gonna stick it on the front of the bus. And I'm gonna walk over and see if you can find out where it's at. Ugh. What that's doing, I'm gonna. Let me put the stuff down. What this test is for is how well it blends in. Can you see where I put that little piece in? It's about the right color is what I'm getting at. You see where it's at? Yep, you don't, do you? I can't see it from here hardly, even with my own eyes. It's right above the B in bird. Blue bird, the B in bird. See it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Oh, you can just start, you can't really tell the difference between this white and that, but you can see the shadow right there. But I mean, it's a pretty darn close match. So, the good thing about that is, for the meantime, it'll at least blend in with the bus and look right until we actually paint the bus. All right. Alrighty, here is a window. Here's a window. I want to get up nice and close for you. Come on, phone. There we go. All right. Actually, turn it around so I can see the camera. I don't plan this stuff out very well, do I? All right, if you see right down in here, this metal, it's all solid. It's riveted here, but it's all solid. If I put a bead of caulking right in here, or, ooh, I missed a piece here. I can cut that out. If I put a piece of, or a bead of that, either hard as, liquid nails or some kind of glue in here, okay? Put the metal right up against the top up here, butt it right up against the top and put a bead of glue in here, okay? And a bead of glue in here on both sides, all right? So one here, one here. Nothing on the bottom. Nothing on the bottom down here. Now, where you have to worry about leaking is right down here in the corner, okay? So I'll just gob the heck out of this right here. Okay, this is actually well done. There's a couple of them down there that are, the metal, this little piece of metal, the flange is bent out just ever so slightly. But anyway, I'm gonna put a big old gob of glue in here, or silicone or whatever, caulking of some kind. Put that in there so it can't leak in here. If water does get in here, it'll run down, hit, and then runs back out because there's a little lip right here. It's about a 1/4 inch lip, okay? All right, so I was just gonna put a piece of sheet metal in flat like that, okay? Well then, this is flimsy here, see? You see what I'm saying? Even if I put the foam behind it, it still is a little bit flimsy. You follow me? So, what I was gonna do is put this bend in the bottom. That stiffens that up a lot, okay? So bend it to where it fits just into this crack, and from the crack up to here. So this actually kind of wedges in there. Actually, yeah, I hit that right from over there. That's the exact bend I want in there, okay? So that pushes right here. So if you're back out here pushing, it won't go in. For one, it's stabilized because of the 90-degree bend, but it's also backed by pushing against that. It can't go in, okay? And on the top is the same way. See, I'll put a bend at the top too. For one, it stabilizes it because it's bent. You know, I'm sorry, it stabilizes it because it's bent, but also it'll come up and it'll go inside this little lip right in here. And water can't get to here, even if I put this all in, and I can drill holes through here and put a couple screws in. That way it can't fall out. After this is put in, I put the foam in, and as I'm looking here, inch foam is not going to be enough. It's about 1.5 inches, okay? So I need to get a 1-inch foam and then a 1/2 inch foam to put in here. Okay, I don't have any. That's what I was looking for, is 1/2 inch foam. I found this one, but it's just another 1 inch, and that'll be out too much. See, it's a little too thick. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to put go buy more of this, a sheet of this probably, 2 sheets of this probably, and then 2 sheets of the 1/2 inch foam. Okay, and that'll bring me pretty much flush to here. So now the plywood, pretend this is plywood, can go right there, right up over this, okay? And from the floor all the way up to here, plywood, okay? And at that point, you got a nice solid wall here. And on the outside, you've got sheet metal. So I think it's a plan. I'm pretty satisfied with that. All right, and now that I've got all that goo, that caulking and stuff was out of there, and I've cleaned all this up. Believe it or not, this wasn't painted up behind here. Most of that is just, if it is, it's just primer, you know, and it's just, it was flaking pretty bad. So now, as you saw when I was cleaning the last 3 windows here at the start of the video, you can see I was using that wire brush and cleaning all that out. Now, after it's all cleaned out, I got to go along with the leaf blower and blow all the dust out and all that kind of stuff. And then, before I put any of this stuff in, I'm going to paint all this, okay? So I'm going to have to get the plastic drop cloth or whatever on the outside, tape it. I'm going to tape right around this edge right here, okay? And then put plastic over there so when I spray here, it doesn't go out and maybe get on the outside of the, it doesn't go out, you know, overspray doesn't go out and get on the outside of the bus, okay? So I'm going to drop cloth this. And then we're going to paint the whole inside of this thing. So, what I got to do today, I'm running out of hands here. All right, what I got to do today is prep. Even more and more prep. All right, so I've already done the window jambs. I've already done those. Now, I gotta take this thing off. I took the mirror and the sun sheet, the sun visor down. Over here, the first aid kit and brackets and everything that were all up in there. Took all that stuff off. Okay, I'm gonna tape around the VIN plate, and there's another VIN plate over here. I'm going to tape those over. I'm probably going to use this to get that bluebird sticker off. Okay, clean that all up. I'm going to have to, it's going to be a long, several days of prep work, just doing this. Doing a lot of that. And as you can see, I'm going to do a little section for you here. Right here, there's a dirt. See the dirt that's on here? It's just a dirty bus. I can't paint over that. I have to get that off. And it comes off, you just wipe it off, but then there's still dirt there. You have to prep it, otherwise 2 years from now this paint will start peeling, and I don't want that to happen. So as you can see, I'm just going to use the wire brush and okay, now that's fairly clean. I'll take a, what do they call it, a tack cloth. I'll take the tack cloth and wipe it down. Now it's the dirt's gone and it's scratched ever so slightly for the paint to bond onto. Okay, so right here is a perfectly untouched. Right here is completely untouched. All right, I'm going to take my finger. Yeah, there's the dirt that come off that 3 or 4 inches of white. There's the dirt that came off. Okay, all right, and then I'm going to take this. Just that little bit of a pass to get the dirt off. It also scratches the paint. It abrases the paint. I think it'll work better because there's so many curvatures and rivets and stuff like that. Sandpaper won't work that well, and you'll just go through tons and tons of sandpaper. This wheel will last quite a while, I think. And it's slow. It's not the high-speed grinder. It's just enough to scratch it up. Okay. Now I haven't touched this yet. All right. There's a fairly clean finger. So here's a powderiness. Now I gotta wipe that with the tack cloth, wipe that powderiness. Then the whole thing will be prepped, ready to paint. Prepped and then tape it all up, drop cloth and whatever. Oh, another thing is got sheet metal for the ceiling, for the roof, and glue that all down with I'll probably use butyl tape on that. Butyl tape works really good in that situation. You put it all down, you put your butyl tape all the way around, you put your sheet metal down, kind of press it down and it sticks, and you know where the butyl tape is, and you just drill holes right where the butyl tape was, and that's where you put your pop rivets in. So, and then the butyl tape will hold pretty well on that. So, that's my thoughts of that. And then after you're done, around the edge of the sheet metal, you put some, it's like silicone caulking or whatever. So, anyway, this is what I'm going to do pretty much the rest of the day after I get off the horn with you guys. That's pretty much all I'm going to do is prep work. I'm going to take the speakers out, take the lights out, that type of stuff. These wires, I have to start the bus up here in a little bit. And because this is the emergency exit, and if that's not closed, this will sound an alarm. And I don't know if I have to, keep these separate and tape them up, or if I have to connect them so the alarm doesn't go off. So I got to basically turn the bus on to find out. And if it is, there's the 2 emergency windows and the 2 escape hatches. That's the only 2 alarm things that I've messed with so far. So if I turn that on, beep, I can go over here and connect these and connect the others, and if they go away, then that's what we got to do. I got to connect these. Otherwise, I'll just I'll put a butt connector on them, just on one end, and then probably tape them or something, so there's just no way it can touch, ground out. So I got to get sheet metal for the outside, but I also have to get sheet metal for the inside too. Okay. So yeah, I might have to get 1, 2, 3. I might have to get about 4 sheets of that sheet metal. So, losing my balance. So I want to take this sheet metal paper. I want to lose it. So, All right. Now you know my plans. Now you know my methodology, okay? Let's tighten this sucker up. There we go. All right, now you know what I have in plans. Let's have it. Tell me where I'm going wrong. Oh, Stan, don't do that, you dummy. So, all right, as of right now, I might go back while you guys are typing. I'm going to read some of these older messages. Might want to put a mask on. Don't want metal to get in your lungs. Anybody have a sandblaster? I think you're overthinking it there, Zena. Sandblaster, I just needs to be roughed up, prepped. Just, you know, it doesn't take much, just enough scratches so the new paint has something to grab a hold of. Better use die-core self-leveling. That you put the butyl tape on, you put the pop rivets in, and yeah, you're right. Instead of the like caulking around the edge, you put die-core on there. Die-core goes on, and it's real runny almost. I mean, it's a consistency of toothpaste, maybe. No, even thicker. It's thinner than toothpaste. It's the consistency of pancake batter. No, it's not that runny. Anyway, you get the idea. It's a caulking type stuff, and you squirt, and where you put it on, here's the sheet metal, you know, overlapping. You put it along this seam right here, and it might be bubbled up like this, but it flattens itself out with gravity, and then hardens, and it hardens to about the consistency I'm looking for caulking the windows. But if I try to put it on the windows, and you know, not the windows, the sheet metal, it'll run. It's meant to be put on flat surfaces. If you put it on an upright surface, it'll run real bad because it's too thin at first, and it takes too long to dry. You think, well, put it on there and hold it until it dries. 24 hours kind of thing to dry. So, what else we got? What gauge metal are you using in the windows? 26 gauge. It's all they had. If I wanted anything else, they could get 24 gauge, but he said it's really not that stiffer. You know, that it's not that much stiffer. So, and I think the 26 gauge is fine because it's going to be backed by the two pieces of foam and plywood. So even if you're on the outside pushing on that sheet metal, you're pushing against that plywood actually. You know, it's not going to be hollow behind there. If it was hollow, I'd want a lot thicker sheet metal. I could go. I've got a micrometer gauge. I could go over there and see just the skin right there. How thick that skin is on the sheet metal on the bus. I bet it's not much. It's 24 gauge probably. It's not terribly thick. But that's why they rivet the living tar out of them. So let's see. What do we? Bam Bam probably test just to do that thing. So I understand what. Okay. Just take the alarm. Just take the damn alarm head, buckethead. Yeah, as Miss Pam calls you. Yeah. To take that alarm down, I tested it. The sheet metal. Okay, just on the inside of this lip right here, you can see it on the other side of the bus. Right there, there's a piece of panel about so big, and at the top of the window, there's the sheet metal that comes across the roof and comes down, and there's a sheet metal. The top of the window, and there's about a foot gap there. I tried to take one of those off just to peek behind it to see what's there, you know, and I pulled it off, and it was so hard to get it back in there. I'm like, no. So by running, I'd have to take those panels off to take the wiring out to undo the alarm. Yeah, that's another thing is, yeah, you're right. Just take the fuse out of the alarm system. Yeah, that'd be a possible. Yeah. But as far as getting all the wiring out of there, forget it. I just leave it alone. It ain't hurting nothing in there. Just leave it alone. Yeah, take the fuse out that powers it. Yep. There you go. Fuse. Take the fuse out too. Take the fuse out, you dumb shit. Use rubbing alcohol to wash it down. There you go. Oh, another thing up on the roof yesterday, I was taking the window, the escape vents out, and the roof is just littered with, looks like bird droppings or something. What it is, it's tree sap, like pine tree sap. I don't know where it's set at the church, but the guy that bought it, he had it parked out under some pine trees, and that sap got on there, and of course the sun bakes it on and everything, and that sap has turned just rock hard. I thought it was just dirt and like a power washer would wash it off. Sandpaper is gonna, sandpaper or that wire wheel. I'm gonna have to really work on that to get most of that stuff off. I don't have to get too much of it off. I just need to get it off to where anything that's soft enough to break off is gone. Clean it up to where I'm gonna put Henry's Tropicool. It's called Henry's Tropicool. And I would have ordered it last night, but I'm still trying to learn about it, which one to get. They've got two kinds. They've got a really expensive one. It's a gallon. A gallon is like $150, and it's pure silicone. It's a silicone reflecting waterproof. I don't need waterproof. It's steel, It's not leaking as it is. It doesn't need more waterproofing. Okay, but the silicone one somehow bonds to the metal. Well, the problem is it's not going to be touching metal. It's going to be touching paint and whatever leftover tree sap. Okay, it's going to be bonding to that. Okay, so the silicone stuff is supposed to be the best, and that's what I've seen other bus people put on, is the Henry's Tropicool silicone sealant, $150 a gallon kind of thing. Danny AF13, what's Danny AF13? Yeah, Danny, Danny, you're right, North Star, he must be new. I go out west in Arizona every year and go camping throughout the winter and stuff, and we're going to probably do more and more of that as time progresses. Pretty much become full-time RVers, traveling full-time all the time. So yeah, I'm not buying this to build it and flip it. I'm buying it to live in it. So kind of a full-time. I'm sorry about the wind, folks. Damn it. There we go. We'll get you out of the wind a little here so you can hear me better. I'd rather sit over there in the wind, but anyway, Henry's Tropicool. There's silicone, and then there's a latex variety, and the latex variety is about $100 for a 5-gallon bucket. And I don't know, I think the box, the can said 1 gallon will cover 100 square feet. Well, 100 square feet, that's 10 foot by 10 foot. This is a 30 foot. I need 3 gallons or more, so that's $450 for the silicone stuff. And instead of buying the 3 gallon, just buy the 1 5-gallon bucket, and it's $530. I really need that. The other one, the silicone one. The other one is the latex version. See, I'm not in the wind at all. I'm sweating. I gotta get up here a little closer. Hopefully you're out of the wind there, and I get a little bit of it here. The other one is Henry's Tropicool, but it's a latex based, and it's only 120 for a 5-gallon bucket. And it says you have to put, a couple coats of that on, but I think it's more for buildings and stuff like that. Everything about the silicone is better, except for one thing: the reflective ability. The reflective ability is better on the latex one. It stays whiter and brighter and cleaner looking, and that's what I'm after. Is the heat reflectiveness is what I'm after. So I'm kind of thinking toward the latex version. So if I'm wrong, send me an email, because I'll lose it here in the comments. I don't read enough of those. So send me an email and I'll check it out tonight, which one to get. But I'm thinking the latex version. There's a silicone version, which is $535 for a 5-gallon bucket. And there's a latex version, which I don't need the water repellency or the leak waterproofing characteristics of it, because it's steel. Water can't come through it. And where the seams are, that's all, you know, caulked and everything before when they put the bus together, and it's not leaking. So it can't leak. I shouldn't say that. It can, but very unlikely to leak. Okay, where it leaked earlier was around that escape hatch. Okay, so I'm thinking the latex. I'll probably order it. I'll check your emails tonight if anybody knows a lot about Ed Henry stuff, which way to go. And like I said, the silicone stuff, the way they advertise it, watch one of the Henry's videos about it, and they say the silicone actually bonds to the metal in a molecular way or something, but it's not going to touch metal. It's going to be bonding to the paint or the whatever leftover tree sap might be up there. So that really isn't a bonus for me. If it was bare metal, I'd go that way. Okay, but it's not bare. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking anyway. And I don't know. I thought Henry's just had one, Henry's, tropical. And I get on there to buy one, and what, $500 versus $100? What's the difference in the two? So I started trying to do a little research, and the silicone is better in every way except the reflectiveness. And that's what I'm looking for, is the heat reflectiveness. That's what I want. I don't need the waterproofing and the bonding to the metal and all that kind of stuff. And what I'm thinking, on a 5-gallon bucket, I can get up there with a roller and roll it all on, put 2 coats on it. Actually, before I ever start, I can put the roller right on the seams where it might leak, put an extra coat there, let that dry, maybe even 2, on where the seams are. Anywhere there's a seam, put a couple extra coats right there. And then after those dry, then coat the whole top of it, and then coat the whole top of it again once it's, so where there's seams, there'd be 4 layers, I'm thinking. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But yeah, I'm looking for the reflectiveness. I'm not looking for the water repellency and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna have to sand or wire wheel or something the whole roof of this thing. There's a lot. I'm gonna be my arms are gonna be dead by the end of here in a few days. Holding that wheel, holding that up there. Just hold your arms. No, don't hold anything. Just hold your hands up and do that for about 5 minutes. Yeah, your muscles are just not made. They're not in tune to do that. It is a little bit humid today, though. Look at that. Got a little puddle of water under here. I put this, it's just regular tap water, and I put it in the refrigerator so it's cool water. First couple of days I came out here with that water, and it was hot. That breeze was blowing across there, and man, it got hot. I'm drinking 100-degree water, and it wasn't very soothing or quenching or whatever. So yeah, I put that in the refrigerator. It cools off, and I drink most of it before it really warms up. So I'm drinking about 1 gallon of water every morning coming out here. So plus my coffee. Yesterday, left here about noon, went home, let the dogs out, took a shower, and went down to the drug test, did my drug test for that new job, and got in there, and because I'm sweating so much of the water back out, I get in there and, okay, pee in this cup and eat it up to that line right there. Okay, trickle, 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 about that much. All right, we'll drink some water, go sit out in the waiting room. So I went out there for about 1.5 hours, just sitting there and waiting, and I think I can go now. So anyway, so we'll wait on that. I've got a little bit more paperwork. She said she'll probably send it to me today or tomorrow. She said she'll wait. It'll probably be Monday because she's going to wait till the drug test and everything comes back first. Because I'm working for this company and they're wherever they're based out of, I don't know. Anyway, I have to have workman's comp. Now I have workman's comp at choice that I pay for, okay, by law in Oklahoma and other states. I don't know if it's every state or just certain states. but you have to have, when I worked for a company out of Nebraska years ago, and I had to pay for workman's comp up there. But yeah, anyway, the company, the state that they're out of says you have to have workman's comp. So I have to get workman's comp, but they're going to pay for it. Cool, you know, okay, great. So she said it's not very good. It's just good enough to make the law. It's just, you know, it's just good enough to make the law. Almost kind of like liability insurance on your car. Just good enough to make it legal, you know. So, you know, if you fall off a building and break your leg or something, it probably ain't gonna do much. So maybe you put a cast on and that's about it. So anyway, so they got to do that kind of paperwork. In the meantime, other powers at the other, you know, parts of that company are looking around, you know, finalizing the schedule and the itinerary of where I'm going, when I'm going, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll find out more of that in the following week or two. So, burnt myself. All right, well, we got a comments we got. That's not easy to get that off. No, pine tar is forever. Only way to absolutely get rid of it is to sand it off and repaint. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do, Brenda. Yep, you're gonna love that UGG. You're gonna love the UGG. I don't know what that means, Tracy. I'm not gonna put a rooftop AC in. Rooftop ACs take a lot of electricity, a lot, okay? They really, really pull a lot of electricity. They're up in the 18 to 22,000 watts area, you know? And I don't even know the amps and whatever, but yeah, they draw a lot of electricity. That's why you have to use generators with them. So all these RVs that have the rooftop generators, you either run rooftop ACs, you have to either run the generator or you have to plug in. And I'm going to be boondocking almost all the time. I'm going to make this bus to where I don't ever have to plug in. I don't have to use a generator. I hope I'll build it robust enough as far as the solar and electrical system that I'll never have to worry about that. Unless I go to Seattle and it rains for a week and a half, and then you just leave. You just leave. You go somewhere where the sun's shining. Thing is, though, if you're in Seattle and it's raining, you don't need to run the air conditioner. It's probably going to be cool enough. So it might be humid, though. I don't know. Just don't go to Seattle. You go to Seattle, it's just going to burn the town down anyway. Getting into politics against them. Don't do that. Watching my cows out here. My cows are out here grazing. I'll turn around and show them. There the cows. The cows is here in about another hour and a half. They're all gonna be laying under this tree right over here. They're eating right now. They're gonna go over and chew their cud for about 3 hours this afternoon, laying in the shade tree. So, and he's got quite a few of them out there. These are my neighbors. I rent my pasture to my neighbor, and he puts cattle on here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that I can see out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cows out there right now. So apparently they got enough. They're keeping the grass down. That's what I'm wanting to do. They're keeping the grass down and keeping the weeds down. I actually like the idea. He's got quite a few out there because they eat all the grass and there's not much grass left, so they go ahead and eat the weeds too. And they trim up the trees and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully they won't overgraze it and kill anything. Of course, they kill the grass underneath the tree where they lay and stomp around all the time, but that's just, you know, that's cows. But still got water in the pond down there, even though we've been through a drought. I was listening to the news right before I turned this on, and here in Texas, we've only got 12 inches of rain so far this year, and most of that came in early in the wintertime, January, February, rolling through there. We get quite a bit of rain in the winter, you know, but come, you know, and a little in the spring. But once it gets up there, you know, May, from May all the way up until about October, it's usually very, very dry. We got a big rain. Oh, it's been almost a month ago now. About three and a half, 4 weeks ago, we got a big old gully washer of rain came in here. But it rained real hard for about an hour and then quit, which is good for the pond. It filled the pond back up, but it didn't do much for the grass. It hit and run off. It didn't really soak in. So I did. Poor old Kirk. Update you on Kirk. His crops are just ruined. Apparently, they got a little bit of rain the other day. Yesterday, I think they got a little bit of rain. I haven't talked to him. Last time I talked to him was, what is today, Thursday? I think I talked to him Monday, something like that. I think it was Monday. And I was telling him about this new job. And I'm not going to be able to go up and help, you know, farm for harvest this year. And he says, don't worry about it. There ain't no crops. They're all going to fail. I'm like, really? He says, yeah, corn. All the corn is ruined by now. It's still there, but you know, the dryland corn just hasn't grown because they just haven't had any rain. Even the irrigated corn hasn't. It's grown, but it hasn't tasseled out. Therefore, it hasn't pollinated. Therefore, there's not going to be any corn, you know, ears on the stalks. He says, I don't know. He's probably quit irrigating because if it doesn't tassel out, it means it's not going to, you know, and it doesn't tassel out. You know, it's got plenty of rain. It's just too hot. It's stressed, and it just won't tassel in stressed heat. And they've been hotter up there in Kansas than we've been here in Texas. We get up there in the 100, 102 range. They've been up there in 108, 110 range for about a month now. So it's just, he said, it's just, the crops are ruined. They're gone. He says the wheat crop was about average. It wasn't great. It wasn't a loss, but it wasn't great. Okay. And, yeah. He didn't plant any soybeans this year. So all he has is wheat, which has already been harvested. And he has corn, which all the corn is going to go bad, he says. And then the milo, if we get a little bit of rain, he said it might pull through. But that all depends on if we get rain and how much rain they get. Which, like I said, I was looking at the weather yesterday, and there was quite a bit of rain up across there. But did it fall on him? Did he get wet? Did he get rain? And did he only get a quarter of an inch, or did he get a 1 inch? You know, that all depends. I haven't talked to him since then, so I don't know. But and he's got some sunflowers. He said the sunflowers are usually pretty hardy. They usually kind of pull through. You know, they don't need a whole lot of water. So, but they need water, but they don't need. They're usually pretty hardy. So I might have but he only has like 1 or 2 fields of sunflowers. So his big crop right now is corn, and corn is just it's ruined because of the heat. So that's Kirk. Who else we got to talk about? I ain't talked to Big Mike. I don't know what Big Mike's doing. I think he's just out trucking. I don't know much more about it. I haven't talked to him very much in the last month or so, I guess. I don't know when was the last time I talked to him. A couple weeks ago. I talked to him for about 10 minutes, maybe something like that. I don't remember. Talked to Dwayne yesterday, and he's my friend down in Florida running flatbed, and he's doing pretty good. Just, you know, kind of retired. He only runs like 2 loads a week, so he's home almost every night. So he's got a pretty good little gig. He's not making a ton of money, but he's retired. He's got Social Security and all that now, so he don't have to make a lot of money. He just goes out and keeps busy, gives him something to do, and a little bit of beer drinking money kind of thing, you know. Trying to think who else. I haven't talked to Tom Hobotech. I haven't talked to him at all. I sent him an email a couple weeks ago asking him about batteries, and he responded, and that was about it. But I haven't talked to him on the phone since probably February. Trying to think who else I got to talk to you about. Don't know. What else? I guess I'm going to go ahead and, let's turn you around here. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get done with my break here. And I'm going to go in there and start doing what I talked about. Just wear that drill out. I'll just wear that drill completely out probably. So I've already went through 2 batteries doing what I was doing. So, and I've got several batteries, so I'm recharging and all that. Actually, one over there is already charged back up. So anyway, just go out and that's what I'm going to do. My arms are, later today, my arms are going to be so stinking sore. So, I don't know what. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock, so. As you can see, I'm in a big hurry to get in there and get to working with that that wire wheel brush. I'm in a big hurry. You can tell, can't you? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh, and then as far as the floor, I don't have to worry about getting paint on. I don't have to worry about getting paint on the floor because it's that rubber mat. And once I get it all painted and everything, I can pull whatever drop cloths and stuff. You know, pull that all off. And then I'm just going to paint the inside kind of a bright white. You know, not I don't know, probably some kind of a glossy, bright white. Okay. And I don't know why. I think gloss white because I think it'd be more durable, I guess. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but gloss white, if you get something on it, it wipes off. Whereas a matte white, if you get something on it, I don't know. Let's say Pam gets mad at me and throws a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at me, and the jelly gets on the paint. A matte paint. A matte paint might absorb the stain or whatever, whereas a gloss would probably wipe off a little easier. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll probably put some kind of a bright white. I don't know which one. There's 100 different colors of whites. Everything from white to, get out, that fly. He's persistent. There's a bright white. There's a pearl white. There's a eggshell white. There's a whatever. There's a million different colors of white. I'll just probably go down there. Actually, I might just go down there and just get the white, the regular colored paint. Just don't put any dye in it. It's already white. Just, you know, that way you'd always get the same. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm gonna go down and talk to the paint expert. Tell him what I'm doing, and that's another thing. Am I gonna put oil-based or am I gonna put water-based? You know. Was it latex and what's the other one called? Anyway, oil or water based. I don't know. I'm going to go down and talk to him. You know, talk to a paint expert on that. Somebody that knows what they're doing. Tell them what I'm doing, how I'm prepping it and everything, and how I'm going to spray it on with that Graco sprayer. Before I do the inside of the bus and everything, and when I do start the bus, I'm going to start the back. And if I mess up, it's back in the garage. And as I go forward, it'll get better. By the time I get to the front, it'll be, get out of here, fly, booger. By the time I get to the front, I'll be a professional painter, you know. But no, I'm going to go out on my container out there, and I'm going to practice on that container. I'm going to get the color of this shop. I'm going to paint it that cream and the brown. And we're going to paint it cream and then brown trim, I guess, or, you know, whatever, highlights. That way it'll match the shop. But I'm going to paint that on there to practice. And it'll probably take a day to do that. And probably a day just to get out there and play around with it and everything. Probably not finish the whole container, just, you know, do one side of it or something. And practice with it and see how well that does. And get used to the gun, you know. Because I've never used one of those type of guns before. I'm not a painter. My paint, rattle cans. So. Anything else we need to talk about, folks? I haven't seen any more new comments. Comments have just kind of died off. Nobody's made a comment for several minutes now. So either that or the stream is blocked on or froze up on me and I don't know it. I don't know. All right. Well, I think that's enough. I guess we'll see you tomorrow. And if tomorrow will probably be the same thing. Actually, I don't even know. What is tomorrow? Friday? I don't know. I don't. If I got something to talk about, I might skip tomorrow. I don't know because I probably won't have anything else to talk about. I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow that I'm going to do today. More of that wire wheel stuff, you know. So I'll have to figure that out what I'm going to do tomorrow. But I might do a short one tomorrow. Just so you know I'm still alive and kicking. So with that, I guess I'm going to go. Y'all be good. Take care. And I'm not looking forward to today. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Oh well, adios. Y'all be good. Take care. We'll see you. Hasta mañana. Get out of here. Bye.